So, Josh, Major League Baseball, let's start by talking about the Detroit Tigers. They're making a run here. They sold at the deadline, but it doesn't seem like anybody noticed. And they've won 7 out of their last 9 on the road trip, on the West road trip.
They did.
And I think they won all 3 series.
They did.
And I think it's the first time in Major League Baseball history that the Detroit Tigers have won 7 away series in a row. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. I think I was reading about that. But just tell me about what is going on with the Tigers, how do they find themselves in second place, and what's happening this week?
Yeah, you're right. 7 consecutive road series. The funny thing is franchise record, tied franchise record, is that they of course were horrible on the road for most of the season. All of a sudden start winning series, but I guess that's baseball over 162. I hate just blaming health because, like in May, they just were playing bad baseball. It really didn't necessarily matter who was out there. But, when you get Javi Baez back, when you get, they bring Max Clark up, who, he's a rookie. He's going to have his ups and downs. But the point is that he fills an absolute need that they had. And he allows others to be in roles where they should be, that puts them in best position to succeed, not necessarily just offensively, but defensively. And we saw that on full display yesterday when Zach McKinstry is able to be in right field and, makes the play to save a run at home plate, right? Javi Baez goes to shortstop. He's the best defensive shortstop on the team right now. Yes, Kevin is good. I'm not saying Kevin is bad defensively, but he just has some things to work on at short. Kevin does. And that'll come.
Range things or?
Range, and even just like I've talked about it before, here on the podcast, even videos, like 2 distinct times. Like I've talked about it specifically early, and this is early in the season. So, he's even came a long way. But like in the Boston series at Fenway and then in the Toronto series, each series, there were specific plays when there were balls not necessarily hit very hard that Kevin did not go get at shortstop because obviously there's a lot more range to cover at short. He didn't go get them, and you're playing deeper at short than like at third, right? So there's just more decisions to make at short, which is part of the whole deal, that he didn't go get, and it cost them, right? And he's growing, and Javi is Javi. Yes, he has his problems at the plate sometimes, swinging at balls and everything like that. I get it. But at defense, the instincts that Javi has are really second to none defensively, and that's why he could go to center field, and it's like, oh my God, he's a center fielder because of just the instincts he has, where the ball's going and where he needs to go to get the ball. So, but in pitching is obviously helped. Even with the 2 pitchers that they decided to trade away, for the most part, a lot of pitchers have stepped up, and yes, the bullpen, I'm not going to sit there and say is great necessarily overall, but they have improved overall, despite the Baltimore game. That episode, like even yesterday, and really for the majority of that road trip, they came in and they did their job.